Conceptual learning relies on concepts and frames and framing is something we'll look at in a later lecture. We are more trained in learning new methods and techniques rather than learning new concepts. And this is essentially about productivity rather than immediacy in learning. Concepts determine the way we perceive something and the way a situation is framed rather than just the facts of what we're actually seeing. This is exemplified by Schoen, who says, while a given situation can be conceived in a variety of ways, it is always concept-structured situation. What he's saying is that although we can see facts, we can observe the world, what we actually perceive is based in the concepts that we hold. So concepts enable perception and understanding. It moves beyond observations and facts. Therefore, you can see with a small number of concepts, the role, the ability of the reflective practitioner is actually quite limited. And what is actually happening then is that only a small part of reality is being perceived. In the diagram here, we can see that the concepts that an individual holds will filter out certain aspects of reality. They bounce away, and only certain aspects of what is being observed, what is perceived, will be allowed inside in order for the reflective practitioner to make sense. So the process of concept formation then has three significant phases. The first phase is about perception, the experience of learning that we have, and in terms of the concepts that we hold. What are we actually seeing? How do we see the world? And how is that information going to be viewed by us? Beyond perception is abstraction. The mind, our minds, attempt to analyze the message that is perceived and tries to make sense in relation to the experience, the knowledge that we already have. It attempts to synthesize the new information coming in with the old information that we already have. And then the next step is about generalization, or in other words, after perception, observation, and that synthesis process, what we have to do as reflective practitioners is make sense of that information in terms of what we already know. And what we have to do is to make generalizations of the information we have, because what that will do is develop a new concept, develop the concept that we already hold.